Hi, and welcome to Come to the Table. My name is Jesse, and today I'm joined by my two oldest boys for a 3-player playthrough of Everdell. So come join us as we journey through the seasons and compete to build the best animal city by the end of autumn. And remember to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy these types of videos. Now onward to Everdell. Alright, here we have our game set up for our 3 players. So before we start, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. I'm Jesse, I'm down here. And then across from me is my son Jaden.
Jaden.
And then over in the other corner is my son Ramsey.
That is I.
Alright, so let's go ahead and go over the rules before we start. And you guys feel free to jump in if I forget something.
Alrighty.
Right, so
cool.
In Everdell, I guess we'll go over kind of the lore a little bit because this game has a lot of backstory. But 100 years ago, there was an explorer that discovered the Everdell Valley and the Evertree, and so we're all these anthropomorphic animals who are building cities around the Evertree and the Everdell Valley. That's kind of the story behind it. So at its base, this game is worker placement, and we are going to be building our city out of cards. So just kind of a rough overview. We're going to be sending our workers out to get resources like twigs and resin and pebbles in order to build buildings, constructions. And we're going to be collecting berries in order to get critters to come into our city. And there is a hard limit in our city of 15 cards. There are some cards that don't take up a space in your city, so it is possible to get more cards in your city. And also there's some cards that when you put them together, they take up the same space, like the husband and wife card and the Skirble Champions. You can put more than one card in a space in your city. So we're going to be going through a whole year. So we're going to start at the beginning or at the end of winter when our critters are just barely waking up. So we're only going to start the game with 2 workers in winter. And we're going to go through all the different seasons, spring, summer, and autumn. And then at the end of autumn, once we're all done placing our workers and playing cards, then we're going to score. Okay. So on your turn, you can do one action, and there's 3 possible actions you can do. You can place a worker, you can play a card, or you can change seasons. Those are the 3 actions. So to place a worker, you're just going to take one of your available workers, and if you look on the board, there's all these little paw prints all over the board. And each one of those paw prints is a potential worker placement spot. So these 8 spots are called the basic actions. And these are pre-printed on the board, so they'll be on there every game. So if you look, some of the worker placement spots are smaller and they have an enclosed circle around them. And some of them are larger and they don't have the enclosed circle. So the smaller circles are exclusive spots. They're spots where when somebody places a worker there, that spot is now taken and it's off limits to any other players to take. Where these larger ones are open spaces and they can have an unlimited amount of workers there. So this first spot, when you go there, you get 3 twigs. The second spot, you get 2 twigs, and then you draw a card from the top of the deck in your hand. The third spot is 2 resin, a resin and a card. This is 2 cards and a coin, and the coins are points at the end of the game. So there's several cards that will also give you coins, and these are just strictly points. Then we have 1 pebble, which is the hardest resource to get in the game. A pebble and a berry and a card and a berry. So those are the basic spots. We also have the forest locations around the edge. The forest locations change from game to game. There's a whole stack of these that you can put out here just randomly. And these will change also depending on player count. So at 2 players, you're only going to have 3 forest spaces. At 3 and 4 players, you're going to have all 4 forest spaces. Except that in a 3-player game, one of the 2 spots on the card is not used. So since we're playing 3 players, we can't use the second spot on these forest cards. So to go over these, this is 2 resin and a twig to go here. This is 2 resin or 2 berries. This is a berry, a pebble, and a card, and then 2 pebbles and a card. Okay. You also have the Haven down here, which is a good way to get a bunch of resources at once and get cards out of your hand. When you place a worker here, you can discard any number of cards you want from your hand, and for every 2 cards you discard, you can take 1 resource of your choice. You can mix and match. The journey spots down here are only available in autumn, and when you place a worker here, you discard however many cards that says and get that many points at the end of the game. So this card is discard 5 cards to get 5 points. We also have the basic events. These are a way to get a few extra points. So to get these, we'll come back over what the different colors of cards do, but there's 5 different colors of cards once I get to the cards. There's blue, red, green, brown, and purple. So you need to have this many cards of that color in your city to claim that basic event, and it's first come, first serve. We also have special events at the top that require specific cards in order to claim those, and we'll come back to those when they become important. There's also a hard limit of 8 cards in your hand. You can never ever go over 8 cards for any reason. Even if it tells you to draw, you can't just draw and discard. It's just strictly 8 cards. So that's the place a worker action. The second action that you can take, a type of action, is to play a card. So we can do kind of a close-up of some of the cards here. And if we look at the cards, like I said, they each have a different color. So we have a green, we have red, and I'll show you some of the other ones. But in order to play a card, you have to obviously have the resources that it lists in the upper left. So we have the mine costs a twig, a resin, and a pebble. The teacher, being a critter, costs 2 berries. The university costs a resin and 2 pebbles. So as long as you have those resources, you can then pay the resources and then place that card into your city in front of you. Okay. So the color of the cards, most cards will have actions on them, and the color will determine when those activate. So the green cards are called production cards. So these activate as soon as you play it. So if I play the mine, I immediately get a pebble. If I play the teacher, I immediately draw 2 cards, keep 1, and give the other card to an opponent. Okay. The green cards also reactivate if we go over here. I have part of the Evertree out here. I can't put the whole thing because it doesn't really fit. But when we go into spring, all of the green cards that we have in our city reactivate. And then the same thing going into autumn, they reactivate again. So potentially a green card can activate 3 different times. So they're good to get early. The kind of coin shape over on the side is how many points the cards are worth. And generally, green cards, since they reactivate a bunch of times, they're usually worth less points, but you can get lots of resources out of them. The red cards, when you put them into your city, will give you another worker placement spot. And most of these are ones where only you get to go to, but some of them will have a little open sign on, and it means anybody can go to that space, even if it's in your city, another player can go there. That's some of those. We also have blue cards. The blue cards will activate, well, the blue cards are called governance cards, and they give you an ongoing effect. Like, for instance, the historian says, draw a card every time you play a critter or a construction. So every time you play a card, you draw a card. These are ongoing effects. The purple cards are all in-game points. They all give you some kind of in-game bonus. Like the Scribble Champion gives you 2 bonus points for every other Scribble Champion that you have in your city. And then we have the brown cards. The brown traveler cards will activate once when you play them and then never again. Just a one-time bonus. Right? The other thing to notice is, and this is actually a really perfect, I don't have to hold them up. So on every single construction, down in the bottom corner, it has the name of a critter. So the clock tower actually says historian on it. And if you look at the historian, it actually says clock tower at the top. So this is a mechanic that was in Seven Wonders. As long as you play the construction first, you can then play the associated critter on a later turn for free. So if I play the clock tower into my city, then on a later turn I can play the historian for free. Okay. And every construction and critter are paired together in the game. So that is playing a card. And then changing seasons. So once you're either out of actions to do, so if you have no more workers and no more cards to play, or if you don't want to play anything else, you can change seasons. And that just means, we're switching from winter to spring, or from spring to summer. And when we change seasons, we take all of our workers back. Then we get bonus workers depending on the season. So say going into spring, we get one more worker. So during spring, we'll have 3. During summer, we have 4. And then during autumn, we have all 6 of our workers available to us. So we take all of our workers back. We activate whatever that season bonus is. And then that's our entire turn. And then it goes to the next turn. We can be in different seasons. And how the game kind of explains this is that, maybe we're at different elevations and spring or summer comes before other players. So, like, I could be in spring while somebody else is in summer. And that's fine. So once we're all done playing all of our workers and cards and everything at the end of autumn, like I said, we stop and we score, and high score wins. Okay. Woo. Yay. So let's go over just real quick the special events since they're out here. So in order to claim the romantic cruise, we have to have the fairy card and the husband card. And then, I'm going to have to switch that one out. We don't have the fairy. That's a different expansion. Oh, no. So we have the Ancient Scrolls Discovered, the Historian, and the Ruins card. We have a Well-Run City, which is the Chip Sweep and the Clock Tower, and the Croak Wart Cure, which is the Undertaker and the Barge Toad. So I'm going to pause for a little bit, and we're going to switch out for another special event. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Okay, so we went ahead and switched out. Now we have an Evening of Fireworks, where we need the Lookout and the Miner Mole. We need those specific cards in order to claim those, and those can be big points. We also, when we look at the cards, they'll either say construction or critter, which I know they're hard to see because the writing is really small. But they'll also underneath say, this says common critter, and this says unique construction. So if a card is common, that means I can have as many of that card in my city as I want. So I can have as many miner moles as I want. But if a card says unique, like the fairgrounds, I can only have one fairgrounds in my city. So that's how those work. Okay. Did I forget anything else?
I think that was everything.
So I'm going to try to have this camera on my hand to explain kind of what I'm doing through my turns. We'll see how that works. And we randomly determine the start player, and I'm the start player. So I get 5 cards, and Ramsey gets 6, and Jaden gets 7 to start. So let's go ahead and begin. All right, so looking at my hand, I guess the other thing I should explain, I'm sorry. So when you're playing cards, they can either come from your hand or you can play them directly from the meadow. So if I have enough resources to play, say, the Historian, I can play that directly from the meadow into my city. It doesn't have to come from my hand. I forgot that. Okay.
Yeah, this is like a community hand here.
Yep. So I really like the clock tower. I'm wondering if anybody else is going to go for that.
Pretty decent card.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
So, in order to play the clock tower, I need 3 twigs. So I want to take the 3 twig spot before anybody else can get to it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And that is my turn.
Alrighty. Well, for my turn, I'm going to start pretty simple. I'm just going to grab 2 resin and 1 stick from the forest, I believe?
Forest location, yep.
Yes.
For my turn, I'm gonna go over here, pick up a few rocks, because rocks are hard to get, and I need some rocks. And also, this allows me to draw a card, which I can be used later.
Did you explain the second forest space?
Yes.
Okay.
We can only use 1 in a 3-player game. Alright, so in order to play the clock tower, I still need a pebble. So the best place to get a pebble right now is going to be here, which is a berry, a pebble, and a card into my hand.
And unfortunately, I also need a pebble, so I will have to suffice with a single pebble for this action.
For my action, I'm gonna go over here to the discard area,
And
because I need 2 different types of materials. So I'm gonna get rid of the teacher, a palace, the architect, and a school to get 2 resources, which I'm going to grab a resin and a stick.
And the discard pile always goes face down. For whatever reason. Alright, so I have no more workers, so I can play a card now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play the clock tower. So that costs 3 twigs and a pebble. That then gets played into my city. And the clock tower says when you play it, you put 3 point tokens on it. And whenever I prepare for season, if I choose to, I can remove a point token to reactivate somewhere that I had a worker. And if I choose not to, I actually get to keep these until the end of the game and their points. So either way, it's a win-win.
Yeah, which is the reason that at base it only gives 0 points.
Yep. And that is my turn.
Alrighty. I will be playing the Skirble Stadium from my hand for a stick, a pebble, and a resin. The Skirble Stadium is a red card, meaning that I can place workers here on future turns. Specifically what the Skirble Stadium does is I can name any non-green card color, and then I draw 4 cards from the deck. And if any of those cards match the color I stated, I gain 3 coins. It's a pretty decent ability, but it also lets me take the Skirble Champion for free next turn.
And you get to keep the cards that you draw. In
Yes, I
addition
do.
to possibly getting coins. So
It is a
super
very
cool.
decent ability.
For me, I'm gonna spend my resources, a stick, a resin, and 2 stone, so I can play the courthouse
That's a good one.
from the meadow. And the courthouse makes it so whenever I play a construction, I may gain a stick, a resin, or a stone.
All right. So since I played the clock tower first, the clock tower goes with the historian. So I'm going to play the historian into my city for free. And to show that I use that playing for free ability, I take one of these little, we call them hobbit doors, and I put it over the construction to say I've used that. Now I can't use that to play another historian. Not that I can anyway because it's a unique critter, but there we go.
Alright. And I will play the Skirble Champion for free using the Skirble Stadium. The Skirble Champion gives 2 points for each other Skirble Champion within my city. There are a total of 3 Skirble Champions, and their bonus is multiplicative, which means if you have all 3, you're going to score a lot of points.
Yeah. 18 points. I guess I should also mention, since the kids came out and since we have the Scribbles, we're playing with the base game plus the extra cards, which is where the Scribbles come in. And then we're also playing with the promo cards that came with the My Lil Everdell game. So I have the kids and the kindergarten cards in here.
And we are also playing with any like animal from any other set as well, because the axolotls are part of a different set. They're not part of the base, and I believe
Neither are the cats.
neither or the cats.
Though at base, the piece won't change anything within
Right.
the actual game.
Okay. For my turn, I'm going to play Judge for free from my hand because I have the courthouse. And the Judge, whenever I play a critter or construction, I may replace any resource for any other resource.
Yeah. Makes it much easier to play things. So, all I have right now is the one berry. And I don't see any one berry cards anywhere in my hand or on the board. And I have no more workers left to play, so I need to change seasons. So before I do that, I'm going to activate the clock tower before I move my characters to make sure that I activate it. So I'm going to remove one of the point tokens, and I'm going to reactivate this worker, which gives me a berry, a pebble, and a card, putting me to 7 cards in my hand. Then I take my workers back. I get one more worker going into spring, and then I reactivate all the green cards in my city, but all I have is 2 blue ones, so that doesn't happen, and that's my entire turn.
I will also be changing seasons. I do not have anything specifically that changes when I change seasons beside acquiring an additional worker and reclaiming mine. But the first round, the winter season, usually goes pretty quickly.
Yep.
I will also change seasons because I have no other cards to play. So I will gain my 2, and then I will also gain 1 more worker.
None of us have any green cards. That's okay. All right, so what to do now? What do I want to go for? The Evertree is super cool, but it's also really expensive. 3 twig, 3 resin, 3 pebbles, but it gives you an extra point for every purple card in your city. So that's the nice end game card.
That would be the priciest card in the game, I believe.
Yeah. Except for the expansions, of course.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So, this is a dilemma. I think I am going to go for the 2 resin and a twig space.
Not a bad choice.
That's my turn. If I get a twig out, there we go.
Now, quick question. What is the hand limit?
8. Hard limit of 8.
Alrighty. So what I'm going to do is I am going to I'm going to say the 3 sticks.
3 twigs.
One of the best basic locations in my opinion.
For sure.
For my turn, I'm gonna go to the resin or berries, and I'm going to collect 2 resin.
Okay. I will go ahead and play a card. I'm going to play the mine from my hand. We got a pebble, a resin, and a twig. But as soon as you play the mine, you gain a pebble. So I'm just going to take my pebble back. And then the historian says whenever I play something, I draw a card. So there we go.
Alrighty. I'm going to spend 2 sticks and 1 resin to build a farmhouse.
buying the farm.
I suppose in a sense I am. I immediately gain a berry as it is a green card, and I can collect another berry when we reach autumn.
Yeah. Poster paper.
I'm going to go to the
Two twig and a card.
two twigs in the card, so I can draw more cards and see what I get.
Is that amazing?
Nope.
All right. I have a full hand of cards here. So for my second worker, we're gonna go here, and this is gonna fill me up to my hand limit. So 2 pebbles and a card. Alrighty then.
Okay. With my next action, I will be. Alright. I will be taking
The
Haven,
Haven.
and I will be discarding 4 cards for 2 resources of my choice. Here you go.
Alright.
And the 2 resources that I will be taking today are a stone and a resin.
Okay.
And for my turn, I'm gonna go over to this other forest space to draw a card and gain a pebble and a berry.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and play a card from my hand. I'm gonna play the University for a resin and 2 pebbles. And what this allows me to do is I can place a worker here and discard a critter or a construction from my city, gain resources equal to that card's cost, then gain a resource of my choice and a coin. So if I have any low value cards in my city, I can get rid of them.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to play the Resin Refinery for a stick. Sorry, not a stick. A stone and a resin. And since I gain a resin, I will just immediately take the resin I spent back.
Right. Alright, we went ahead real quick and de-sleeved our cards because we noticed there was a pretty bad glare on the cards. So going forward, when we put a card into our city, we're going to go ahead and de-sleeve. And whose turn is it?
It's mine.
Your turn.
I'm trying to figure out which to play.
I forgot to draw a card when I put the university into my city. May I draw a card?
Yeah.
Totally forgot.
For my turn, I'm gonna play out my crane
Yeah.
for
that's
1
my
stone.
favorite card.
For 1 stone, and then my courthouse. Whenever I play construction, or whenever I play construction, I can gain back a stone, resin, or stick. So I'm gonna gain back my stone.
And tell them what the crane does. That's my favorite card.
The crane. When playing a construction, you may discard the crane to play that construction for 3 fewer.
Yeah.
So
Let you play things for much cheaper. It's awesome. All right, what are we gonna do? What do I want to go after next? I think I have too many cards in my hand. That's what I think. I'm going to go ahead and use my last worker to go to the Haven. And I'm going to discard a bunch of cards that I don't want from my hand. That. I don't need that. And that one. So 6 cards I'm going to get rid of to get 3 resources.
Okay.
I'm going to go for a berry and a pebble and a resin for now. There we go. Freeze up some space in my hand.
Alrighty. We forgot to mention this before.
Okay.
But my Skirble Stadium is technically open, which means that other players can go there, but I earn gold.
Yes. Thank you for reminding us of that. So yeah, you'll see. It's probably hard to see, but it says open right here, and it has a coin. So if one of us goes to the Skirble Stadium, like either Jaden or myself, then we get to activate it, but Ramsey gets a coin from the bank for us taking his spot.
However, I will be going there, so no one else can go there for now. And upon going there, I'm going to name purple as my card color of choice, and I'm going to draw 4 cards. And if any of them are purple, I gain 3 coins.
Yeah.
Alright, 1. Do I have to draw them face up?
I don't think so. I think you just reveal it if it's purple.
Alright, 2, 3, 4. No purples.
No purple. Oh, but you still get the cards.
At least I get the cards.
All right.
Don't exactly know which one I want.
Evertree. Evertree.
The Evertree is quite the investment.
It is.
Let me think. 1 sec. I could if I wanted to.
Right now?
Yeah.
That's an investment. The other neat thing with the Evertree is you can play. It combines with any creature, so you can play any critter for free with it. Evertree. Just one critter, obviously, but any one that you want.
Might as well.
Yeah.
So.
Here it comes.
For the Evertree, I'm going to use my resources. So with the Judge, I'm going to turn my berry into a stick. Then with the Crane, I'm going to use the Crane to make 2 sticks and 2 stones and 1 resin.
Wow.
So that means I have 3 of each.
Beautiful.
And Kerblasta. And then with the Courthouse, whenever I play a construction, I can gain back my stone. And then this gets discarded.
Nice.
And all my resources go away.
All but your stone.
All but my stone.
Cool. All right, so I'm gonna take a swing here. I'm gonna pay 2 berries and play the postal pigeon.
What?
Yay! I like the postal pigeon. So
It's
postal
pretty
pigeon, it's a brown traveler card, so it's a one-time use. I reveal 2 cards from the top of the deck, and I can play one of those cards that's worth up to 3 points for free and discard the other one. So I'm going to reveal a crane and a farm.
You need to play the Crane.
I love the crane. Yep, I'm playing the crane. So I'm going to play the crane into my city for free. And I'm going to discard the farm. And then the historian is going to draw me a card. Interesting.
Alrighty. I am going to change seasons to summer.
Change.
I'll be taking back my workers and as well as taking an additional one. And then during summer, you can draw 2 from the meadow and put it into your hand.
Are you full?
I only have 4 cards.
What are those ones?
These are empty sleeves.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
It's all good.
All right. So you pick any 2 cards you want from the meadow, and they go directly in your hand.
Alrighty, I will take the husband and the kids.
Nice job. Oh, look, more kids.
Oh.
What does this do?
It's the crane for critters.
Oh.
Yeah, the innkeeper, you can discard the innkeeper from your city to pay 3 less for a critter.
I am also going to change seasons. Or,
You're the pink.
yeah. Actually, I'm going to use my judge, so to play a critter, and I'm going to play the innkeeper from the meadow. If I can pick it up.
You need fingernails. There you go. Another judge comes to the meadow. Okay. Next plan. So I might as well get this out. Okay. I'm going to use the mine to play the miner mole from my hand for free. And the miner mole says that I can copy any green card in an opponent's city. So I'm going to copy the farm and get a berry.
It's not bad.
There we go.
Alrighty. I was kind of hoping some of these spaces would be freed up
I get a draw card.
before it got back to my turn. But seems like that is not the case. So I will be going to the Haven and discarding 4 cards.
Yep, 4 cards.
For 2 resources. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll be taking 2 berries.
Alright.
Oh, what does the shepherd do? Gain 3, then gain 1 for each coin on your chapel.
Yeah,
But
it's good if you have a chapel out.
yeah, I don't have a chapel, so don't want to play that. I think I will change seasons.
Changing of the seasons into summer. So you take any 2 cards you want from the meadow.
I am going to take a husband and I will do the peddler.
Another kids. There's kids everywhere. Ooh. Ooh, that's a super good card. The ranger lets you move one of your workers and activate the spot that you moved it to. Do I want that?
Do you?
Do I? Yeah, I think I better. I'm gonna take the ranger. Ranger goes into my city, and I get to move one of my workers and activate it where I moved it to. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go here. Take 2 berries. Okay. Oh, and draw a card from the historian. Can't forget that.
Alrighty. I am going to play. No.
What?
You
They
placed
take
in
your
the
spot?
one spot.
Oh no.
It's okay. I will instead use 3 berries to acquire the kid's card and put it in my city. I then gain 1 coin and draw 1 for each kid card in the city. And since I only have 1, I will draw 1 card.
For my turn, I'm gonna go get 2 2 sticks. Sorry, 2 resin and a stick.
Resin and a stick. And I can't really pass up an innkeeper when it's sitting out there. I'll take that. And I draw a card. There we go. My city's getting too full already.
Let's see. All right. Thank you. Let's see what we got over here.
Axolotl.
Yeah, maximum.
I will take a berry, a pebble, and a card.
All right.
I'm going to go here. Discard 4 cards. Let's do this 4.
Alrighty.
And
Yep.
I will grab 2 stone.
I'm going to go ahead and change seasons now. So I'm going to take my guys back and take 2 cards from the meadow. And I'm going to take the carnival because it might be useful later. And I'm going to take I'll take the judge. Sure. There we go.
Alrighty. I'm going to use my farm to play the wife for free.
Yeah.
Not a husband. I am going to go to 2 stones and a card.
Right. I need more berries.
No.
Am I taking your berry spot
Yes.
over and over again? I'm
Yes, you
sorry.
are. Let's see. Running out of space.
Anybody close to the, no, not really, the special events.
I'm close to one of the basic events, but alrighty, I suppose I will take a berry and a card. Alright, and that will end my turn.
I am going to go here. Grab 2 sticks and a card.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead, I have 3 blues, so I'm gonna take the city monument basic event
Yup.
into my city. Okay.
Alrighty. I will use 2 berries to play the shopkeeper. And every time I play a critter from now on, I will gain 1 berry.
For my turn, I'm going to play the palace.
Yeah. What does the palace do?
For each unique construction in my city, I gain a coin, and it starts off with 4 coins, so it's just end game points.
Yeah.
So I'm going to. So for the cost, 2 sticks, 3 resin, 3 stones. I'm going to use my judge to turn one of my sticks into a resin, and that gives me all the resources. And then when I play it, I will gain back my stone.
All right. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this now so I don't forget. I'm gonna play the king into my city.
The king.
So I have 3 berries, and I use the innkeeper for the other 3 berries. And the king gives me bonus points for every event I've achieved. 1 for basic events and 2 for special events. And then I draw a card.
Okay. Let's see. I suppose I will take. Alright, I'm gonna go to the Haven again,
Okay.
and I'm going to discard 4 cards
Gotta get those berries.
to get 2 more berries.
Don't forget about your sleeve.
Oh, right.
Okay.
For my turn. Do I want any of those?
Sounds like you need to draw more cards.
Yeah. Not been getting the best of cards, but that's okay.
There's a Scribble Stadium over there.
I don't have any more dude.
Oh, you're out of dudes.
Discarded.
Let you blow up one of your constructions to draw more cards and get the resources back, right?
Yeah.
So you can blow up your every tree.
Definitely could do that. Yeah. I'm just gonna build this.
What are you gonna blow up?
Nothing. Oh,
Yeah, you have to discard a
I have to
construction.
blow something up.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
I have to.
You have to kaboom something.
Let me see. Nothing cheap.
What do you got for resources?
2 stone.
Oh, that's what you have? Oh.
Probably to just go to the next season.
Yeah. And he is in autumn.
Autumn.
And you would activate your green stuff, but you don't have any.
No greens.
No greenies. Okay.
many other stuff.
I am going to what was my plan?
Yes.
That's right. Alright, I'm going to use my university. Boop. I'm going to discard the postal pigeon out of my city. I gain resources equal to the cost, so I gain 2 berries. And I also get 1 resource of my choice, and I get to draw a card. Or no, sorry, draw a card. Get a coin. So I can get a coin. And my other resource of choice is going to be resin. Okay.
Okay. I am going to take the ruins, and I am going to demolish the Skirble Stadium
How dare you?
for a total of 1 stick, 1 resin, and 1 stone. And I draw 2 cards.
Yep.
Alrighty.
I probably should have taken that, but that's okay. I needed it for a special event, but there's more than one in the deck.
Alright, and then draw 2.
Anything better come out?
No. Let's see if I can get any cool cards.
All right. Isn't it amazing?
No.
Okay. I got one more duder left. And I'm gonna actually use 2 berries and I'll play the town crier. Whoa. So when you play the town crier, I can give 2 cards to somebody else to get 3 coins. Yes, and there we go.
I'll gladly accept.
So I get 3
I
coins.
want cards.
You made sure to only give me the best ones, right?
Exactly.
Alrighty, I'm going to play a farm for 2 sticks and 1 resin.
That gives you a berry.
Yes, it does.
The jesters.
Wait, is it the juggler?
Yeah, he's pretty fun.
Yeah, he's bad.
You
The
gotta give
juggler.
them to somebody else.
Yeah, the juggler. Oh, that's the other one. The juggler is where you can
Uh.
pay sticks to get coins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So-
potentially.
My turn. I'm gonna play out the cemetery. And the cemetery makes it so if I place a worker here, reveal 4 cards from the deck or discard pile and play 1 for free,
For free.
and then discard the others.
Yeah. Okay. Did you get something?
I was thinking about what to get.
I see.
I don't know if I need it. Yeah, might as well just get my stone.
Alrighty.
My turn. I want sticks.
Watch this.
Twigs, sorry. Technically.
Dick.
Twigs. Okay.
Alright, so I am going to use the farmhouse to get the husband for free. The husband shares a space with the wife, and since I have him paired with a wife and a farm, he will give me a resource of my choice in which I will take a berry. Additionally, every time I play a critter, I gain a berry. So I will take 2 berries.
Wow.
For my turn, I'm going to play the Undertaker, and I get to play him for free because I have the cemetery. And then this makes it so I may discard 3 cards from the meadow, and then they get replaced,
You get to draw one.
and then I draw one. Yeah, so I'm gonna discard this one, the shepherd, and then get replaced. And I will grab the wife.
Alright. Alright, I am gonna play the carnival into my city. So that's 2 sticks and a pebble. And what the carnival does is I get to choose to either draw one card for every other green card in my city or gain a resource of my choice for every 2 other green in my city. So I have 3 other green. I can either draw 3 cards or get 1 free resource. And I don't really need cards, so I'm going to get a free resource. It's going to be a pebble. And then I draw a card from the historian.
Alrighty, I'm going to play 3 berry. I'm going to use 3 berries to play the kid's card from the meadow. It will then activate its green ability, gain 1 coin, and draw 1 card for each kid's card in my city. And since I already have a kid's card, I will draw 2 cards and gain 2 coins.
I will
I need a berry.
use
And
a
get a
cemetery.
Shopkeeper.
Ooh, where are you going to go from?
Reveal 4 from the deck.
Okay,
And then I may play 1.
for free. It's worth noting that the cemetery says that any worker you place there is there permanently, so you're burying them.
Huh. I'm going to play the Wanderer, and so the Wanderer allows me to draw 3 cards, and also it does not take up a space in my city.
Yeah, it's one of the few cards that doesn't take up a space.
So I'm just going to kind of set them over to the side right here,
Okay.
and then draw 3.
Okay. Okay.
And so is that 4 from the top of the discard pile?
Yep.
Okay, so I don't want to do that.
Well, if you discard something enormous and then unbury it,
I
that is a possibility. All right. Don't see anything that immediately jumps out. Do we have anything in our hand we want to play? I don't think we do. I'm gonna go ahead while I'm at it. I do have resources left. I could potentially play something, but I'm gonna go to the last season.
Alrighty.
So I get these guys back. I get my last 2 and I activate all of my green cards. So I'm gonna get a pebble. I'm just using these to mark which ones I've done. And I'm going to copy a green card in somebody else's city.
You should copy 1 for mine.
So I can get a resin or a berry or a coin and a card.
But
Pretty
you don't,
much.
you don't own any kids though, so you wouldn't.
I'm just gonna get a berry for that guy. And
Is
then
that how that would work? Since
What?
you don't have any of the kids, so if you try to copy that, you don't get anything. 'Cause
It would count itself.
itself, yeah.
but you don't have. It's in yours.
It is, well, technically, but I would count the card you're activating at least.
And I can give 2 cards away. Are you full? You're full.
That means I gotta take them.
Nah, I
So
can
you
grab them.
get those 2 cards, sir.
I suppose I will take them.
Could have discarded.
And that gives me 3 coins. And then, oh wait, caravan. So I can draw 3 cards or get 1 resource. I'm actually gonna draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. There we go.
Alrighty. I will be
Axolotl.
playing
An axolotl?
the kid's
Yeah.
card from my hand.
Playing the axolotl.
For the 3rd kid's card,
Woo!
for 3 berries, I
Hello.
will take 1 back for the shopkeeper. And then I will gain 3 coins from this. And I will draw 3 times.
Here's a 3-er.
Oh, that works.
cards.
I will use my cemetery.
Bury another one.
Because ain't nothing good out here
I
now.
haven't drawn yet.
Wait, okay. Well, yeah, you would draw
Yeah,
first.
draw 3 cards, yeah. There we go.
There you go. So,
True. Is that amazing? Oh, the king. The king is here. Now you gotta start claiming some stuff.
what are you talking about?
Because he gets extra points for...
Nah, he's just a purple dude.
He is a purple dude. So he does ever treat. Give you more. More points. Alright. So...
Is there a basic event for the purple ones? There isn't.
There is in the expansions.
Oh.
Not in the base game. And I just for a fact forgot to activate my clock tower twice. That's okay, it's still points. Not a big deal.
Well, I mean, what does it give you?
I get to reactivate a worker. But I'll just keep the points. It's worth 2 points anyway. So I could claim something else. I better claim it before Angie does.
What?
Boom.
No.
Ah. Okay. I can claim that if I have 4 green cards in my city.
Alright. Well, I was gonna change seasons, but I guess I'll play the crane instead.
Ooh.
For 1 rock.
So I'm gonna go over here and gain 2 berries.
2 berries.
I keep forgetting to take this off.
That is okay. So I have that. How do I want to do this? Doctor.
Wait, what?
What happened?
It says discard 2 cards from my city? Is that
Yep. You get rid of 2 cards out of your city.
what?
Well, if you just get rid of low point cards, then
That's
you can
true.
freeze up space in your city and it's worth 6 points. So. Yeah. Have to. How many twigs? Does that say 3 twigs on it?
When achieved, you may place up to 3 twigs here.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go get some more twigs then. There we go.
Alright.
That'll be my turn.
Why is there a stick in the... Why is there a
Pebble
stone?
on the sticks.
Yeah.
Double down.
Alrighty, I'm going to discard the crane to play the carnival for 3 less, making it free.
Woo.
I activate it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So
7 cards or 3 resources.
Did we explain the carnival bit?
Yeah, because I have one.
Oh, okay, cool. I am going to take 3 resources.
Yeah.
And in this case, I will take 3 berries.
All right.
I'm going to use my Evertree to grab a barge toad.
Large 2. All right. Here's an in. Okay. I am going to play the lookout from my hand. That costs 1 of each, and it gives me another space to play a worker, and I can copy any basic or forest location. I can copy it with the lookout. And I draw a card from the store hand.
Alrighty. I Okay. I will spend 3 berries to play the judge. And I will take 1 berry back for the shopkeeper. And that will end my turn.
Alrighty.
I will. Zippity zappity. So, the Undertaker and the Bard's Toad. I have both those.
You have to pay 2
When
berries.
achieved, I pay 2 berries and discard 2 cards from my city, which I'm going to do my Wanderer
But
and
he
my
doesn't even,
Bard
doesn't even take
Toad.
up the space in your city, though.
Well, what else am I going to destroy? Well, that's true. Yeah. So I'll do the Barge Toad and the Undertaker, both of the ones that I needed for that. So
Yeah. Freed up a whole bunch more space in your city.
which I don't think I'll even need because I won't be able to
Oh,
do
we
it.
use this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I need more sticks. So how many is my lookout to get more sticks?
Sticks are always in high
'Cause I'm
demand.
gonna copy that spot. Okay. Stick. I got a
Mm,
lot of sticks.
let's see. Alright. I'm going to play the Barge Toad for 2 berries. I will get 1 berry back from my innkeeper. I am going. It states gain 2 sticks for each farm in your city, and since I have 2 farms, I will gain 4 sticks.
A lot of stickies.
I'm gonna go here. Gain 2 resin. Stick.
And the twig. Okay. So I have the lookout and the minor mole. So I'm going to claim an evening of fireworks. When achieved, I can put 3 sticks here and I get 2 points for each stick on it.
Alrighty.
There we go.
Okay. So I have 2 choices here. Well, they both involve the same card. I'm going to play the juggler for free using my carnival. The juggler lets me either pay 3 sticks to gain 4 coins, or I can pay 1 stick as many times as I'd like, each time revealing 1 card. And if the total value of all the cards I reveal is 6 or more, I instead gain 6 cards. All revealed cards are discarded. I am going to play it safe and discard and pay 3 sticks for 4 coins, since I do not have a lot of sticks to work with. Alright.
Alright.
I am going to.
Oh, hold up. I also get a berry.
Oh, yes. From the juggler.
I'm going to. Take 2 resin and a stick. To do this and switch out the stick for resin, and then I get a farm. That means I gain 1 berry. And then when I play that out, I'm going to grab. Let me see if I want to grab anything specific. I will grab a resin.
I'm going to play the theater for 3 sticks and a resin and a pebble. And this gives me a point at the end of the game for every unique critter in my city. And I draw a card from this to hand.
Alrighty. I'm going to use a stick a resin, and a berry by using my judge ability to replace one to play another farm.
There's farms everywhere.
Farm.
So, and then the berry comes back to me because I gain one berry from the farm.
Yep.
And that will be that turn.
Alright.
I am going to pay a stone and a resin to play the grocery store.
Yeah, the general store.
Or the general store. Gain one. If I have a farm in my city, gain an additional one. So gain 2 berries.
2 berries. Okay.
And then when I play a construction, I'm going to gain. I'll just gain a stone.
Alright. There's no chip sweep that I've seen. And you took the only ruins. Alright. See how it is. I see how it is. Where do I go from here? Going to get berries. So I'm gonna have to go here. So that's gonna be, I'm gonna discard 4 cards to get 2 berries.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna change seasons and it's gonna get a little
About
hectic.
time.
I'm about to get a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, so I suppose we should start out with the easier stuff. I gain 1 resin from the resin refinery. I gain 3 berries from my 3 different farms. I gain 2 sticks for each farm in my city, and since I have 3, I get 6 sticks. I get to pick 1 resource of my choice for the husband, which I will be taking a resin for. And for my carnival, I will gain 1 resource of my choice for every 2 other green cards. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I gain 4 resources.
Yep.
So I will take 2, 3 stones and 1 resin.
Okay.
And then finally, my kids. I gain 1 coin and draw 1 for each kid's card, but all 3 of them trigger,
Yep.
which means I gain 9 coins and 9 cards. Okay, hold up, it'd probably be better to use these. And I'm gonna have to discard a bunch of these in a
You can
second.
only draw up to 8.
So I'll just that works out then.
That makes it easier.
1, 2. Oh, nothing.
You didn't get what you wanted?
I was looking for something specific.
Does it start with an S?
What? No.
I'm gonna use my free thing to make crush the shopkeeper.
Make a shopkeeper.
Where's the doors? Oh, where's he has it?
Okay. Well, I suppose I'll use the university to play the doctor for free. I need a door, please.
Alrighty.
And I can pay 3 berries to get a coin for each one. So there's my 3 coins. Done.
Alright. So So now I'm kind of at this point where I have so much stuff.
Then what do you play?
Exactly.
Well, do you have any common constructions in your city?
Oh, let's see.
You got a lot of 'em.
I got quite a few. I will build the castle. Okay, so that's gonna
I wanted the
that's
castle.
gonna run me 3 resin,
Yeah, that's
I have
a couple.
2 sticks, and 3 stones, which I will just pay outright.
You only got one spot left in your city.
Yes, I do. Well, I mean, I have space for some other stuff.
That's
though.
true.
Okay. For my turn, I'm going to put a door on my farm to play out the wife. And then whenever I play a critter, from my shopkeeper, I can gain a berry.
Wait. So I've got 2 spaces left. I have a crane, so I can potentially have 3 spaces left. And I have 1 worker left. So I might as well. I can play a juggler for free if I want. An architect, a wanderer, or a bard. And there's a juggler on the board, but I need sticks if I'm gonna do that.
You can get sticks.
So I guess I get sticks.
Alright.
Sticks. And a card.
Alright, and this will be a first for me, but my first worker placement for the final round will be in
Going
the
to
journey.
Awesome.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Alright.
I am going to pop the innkeeper to play my husband. And so I will gain 1 free resource of my choice and a berry. So I will think about the resources that I want.
Okay.
If you all just want to filter through the meadow real quick, just get these cards out of here.
Well, I'm gonna play the juggler for free with my carnival, and I'm gonna discard the 3 sticks to get 4 coins.
I want a stone. A stone, so I think I'm going to grab.
Only get 1 city spot left.
Might as well just grab a resin.
Quick question, is there anything stopping me from taking multiple journey spaces?
Nope.
No,
Okay.
it's just the amount of things. that
Each
you have.
one just gives hold 1. Well, this can hold as many workers as you want, but these are 1 each. So yeah, you could take multiple.
Got it.
What would you like to do?
That's a good question.
I got 1 more space in your seat.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Unless he can find more scarbles.
Suppose I'll play the long game, and we'll take a resin and card.
Where's the card?
I will use my palace to play the queen for free.
Yeah. And you get something. Chip sweep. Chip sweep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too late now for my chip
I
sweep.
need a door.
There aren't any workers left.
Now you got 1 spot out there.
I do, but I don't have any workers left. And I can't play the chip sweep, so I need to play an architect or a wanderer or a bard. And there's none of those out here, is there?
Does not look like it.
So I'm gonna have to crane into something. I will use the crane to get a farm.
Okay.
Why not? And that gives me a berry.
Alright, I'm going to take another journey for 4 cards.
Okay.
I'm going to play 3 berries. To play the chip sweep.
Chip sweepy.
And for the chip sweep, activate any green inside of my city. I think I'm going to activate my general store to gain 2 berries. And then gain 1 berry because I played a critter.
Berries everywhere.
Berries.
That end part of the game did not come out very well for me. Because I can play the monk, which does nothing. And there's no husband, wife, wanderer, or bard anywhere. So I got nothing else to do. I'm done. Ooh.
Alright.
I will pass that.
I needed these cards to cycle through. I guess I'll.
Oh, you don't have your stadium out anymore either, do you?
No, I do not. That's the one thing I'm looking at. I was like, maybe I should have kept that, but I don't feel like I could have gotten to this spot here without doing that. I got workers to burn. I'll do a berry and a stone and a card. Okay.
I'm going to play 2 berries to play out my peddler. And then I'm going to gain 1 berry back. And I'm going to, with the peddler, I may pay 2 of any resource to gain equal amount of any resource.
Alright.
So I will pay 2 berries to gain a stick, a resin, and another stick.
Alright. Jaden, I apologize.
For why?
For I have a fool, and he will be going in your city.
But why?
It costs 3. It gives a different person -2 to their
-2
score. I will then
points.
take a berry back from my shopkeeper.
Man. Rude. Heckin' rude. I'm going to play the school.
Sure. You get a resource back.
Stick.
All right.
Well, 2 pebbles on a card, I suppose. I'm just hoping I draw the right one.
No scribbles for you. Since Renzi took up the last space in my plans, guess I can't do anything. So, pass.
Okay.
Well, it comes down to this. What do I want to do here? Well, there's one more try. I suppose I will take a card and a berry.
This is open too.
Oh, wait, that's an... Oh, I would have been placing it there. I didn't notice. That's good to know. All right. I will take 2 cards and a coin.
Yep.
Okay. So,
Oh, man, I wish I had noticed that earlier.
Did you get your coin?
No, I haven't. Thank you.
5.
All right. What do you want to do with your last spot?
I'm going to spend 2 berries to play the wood carver, and I'm going to spend 3 wood to gain 3 coins.
All right. Anything else, sir?
Did I spend my 2 berries already? I guess it doesn't super matter.
I don't
but
think it matters that much.
yeah. Okay, that'll be it.
That's it.
I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Unless you got a way to get rid of a card in your city.
No.
Nope.
That'll be it.
Okay, so we will be right back with final scoring. All right, and we're back with the final scores. So we have myself with 62. We have Ramsey with 64 and Jaden with 57. So pretty good game for the base set. Anything in the 50s and 60s is a decent game. Getting up in the 70s and 80s is the best. But I know that we made some mistakes. I forgot to activate my clock tower a couple times. I know I forgot to draw a couple cards off the historian. So
Yep.
not a perfect game. It's harder to play it on camera than it is when you actually have time to sit and think. But I know, obviously, this is my favorite game. I've probably played this, physically probably 25 times and online probably another 25 or 30. So
Yeah, and this is one of my favorite games. I really enjoyed this session. I was trying to go for the Skirble Champions, but it ended up being more of like a berry-centric thing. I actually didn't expect to win with this because I was trying to get points for this specifically, but it never panned out.
didn't find it. Yep. And you really got your Ever Tree
Yeah.
going early.
Like, I got most of my, I got, a bit, big things out early, but I couldn't get, any good, green cards out, so I couldn't get a bunch of resources,
And
over
actually,
there.
without this card, I think you would have been right with us too, because it's
Yeah.
59 plus a few points for that card. That would have been in the 62 range.
Yeah, I would have probably grabbed something else
Yep.
from there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
We were all pretty close, but yeah, good game. So I just we only played with the base game because obviously this game takes up an enormous amount of space on the table, and I would probably have to get a different camera setup in order to play more expansions. I mean, I love the expansions, obviously. So probably in the future, if I can get a little bit different camera setup, we may try to play more expansions. If there's any specific expansions that anybody wants to see, just let me know. If you want to see hey, let's play a game with New Leaf, or hey, let's play a game with Spirecrest or something, let me know, and maybe I can set it up for a 2-player, even a solo.
My personal favorite is Pearlbrook. It adds a whole new layer to this game.
Does with the pearls and the wonders and
The characters.
yeah, I think I like Spirecrest the best. I think it really opens the game up a lot with all the stuff.
I like the one that adds the little trail down there.
That's Spirecrest.
Yeah, Spirecrest.
Yeah, super cool.
Full show.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching, and I hope you liked it. And please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you had as much fun as we did playing. I'll see you next time.